Hello, Ranjan sir. Hello.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Yes, sir. Am I visible? Hello, Ranjan sir.
No, ma'am, you're not visible. Your mic camera
Okay,
is not.
hello. Yes, sir. Can you see
Yes,
me now?
yes, ma'am. Now you are visible.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Yes, sir. Am I visible?
So YouTube link for the program has been provided in the chat. If anyone wants to go through the link, you can see it in the chat.
Sejal Santosh Nimborkar, Sahana Gowda, Gomati, Prakash. Okay, here how to mute? No, I'm there. I'm live. You are viewing AIMS Education's screen.
Sir, your voice is audible.
Voice is audible, but my this thing picture
Camera is not switched on, sir. You need to switch on the camera.
right. Visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, visible, sir.
Yes. Good morning. Good morning to all.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. I am Dr. Gomati Pratima, HOD, Department of Computer Applications. I welcome everyone to the two-day webinar series on emerging trends in data science. The webinar series comprises of 3 sessions spread over 2 days. Today we have session 1, Horizon of Sentiment Analysis by Dr. Vandana Jha, madam. And tomorrow we have 2 sessions. Session 2, Applications of Data Science and by Sejal ma'am, and Pattern Representation to Document Images by Sahana madam. Before coming to share a few points with the participants. At first, all the participants, I request all the participants to mute their audio. The participants can ping their questions in the Q&A box, which will be answered at the end of each session. Within 24 hours after the webinar, the feedback form will be mailed to your registered email ID. E-certificates will be generated and sent to your email ID once you fill the feedback form. I request all the participants to keep the chat box open only for technical discussions. Let me give a brief introduction about the department. The Department of Computer Application was established at AMC in the year 1995 with the introduction of MCA course. In the subsequent year, BCA course was introduced. MCA has an intake of 60 students and BCA course has intake of 120 students. The department had secured 2 university ranks. The alumni of the department are employed at reputed IT and ITES companies in India and abroad. Now, it gives me immense pleasure to introduce our Honorable Principal, Dr. Prakash Duguri, sir. Sir completed his MSc from Osmania University and PhD from Devi Ahalya University, Indore, with specialization in plant biotechnology. He has many national and international publications to his credit and has received many awards throughout his long and established career. He has been associated with AMC from past 2 decades and remains the backbone to the development of the college. I request our Honorable Principal, Dr. Prakash Duguri, sir, to address the participants. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, Gomati, madam. Good morning to one and all present for this webinar being organized by the Department of Computer Applications and respected trustees of Paramahamsa Foundation Trust and the speaker for today's webinar, Dr. Vandana George, then head of the Department of Computer Applications, Dr. Gomati Pratima, and other faculty members, galaxy of scientists who have gathered to listen to the lecture, and students of AMC College, and also the students of other colleges and universities through contacts who have come in contact with this particular webinar. Good morning to one and all once again, and good morning to the participants. On behalf of the management and the institution, I cordially welcome all of you for this webinar being organized by the Department of Computer Applications today. Briefly about the college, it's an administrative management college located on 18th kilometer Bannerghatta Road. Is a well-established college in South Bangalore for last 2.5 decades. And this was established by Dr. K.R. Paramhamsa, the founder chairman of the trust, and Mrs. Geeta Paramhamsa, vice chairperson, Ms. Monica Kalluri, vice president, and Mr. Rahul Kalluri, the executive vice president of the trust. The college is affiliated to Bangalore University and also to All India Council for Technical Education. College with a brand name as AMC throughout the country is known as AMC, was one of the first few private colleges affiliated to Bangalore University, began its journey in education sector for imparting quality education to the society way back in 1993. Same time, Master of Computer Applications was allotted to this college, AMC College, by Bangalore University in 1995. So the group imparts education in the sector through 4 schools, 2 PU colleges, 2 engineering colleges, two colleges offering general degree courses, PG programs. The group established itself as one of the largest educational conglomerate in South Bangalore for over 3.5 decades. The college offers BHM, BBA, BCA, BCom, MBA, MSc, and MSc Biotechnology programs. This year, we are planning to introduce two new programs: BSc Fashion and Apparel Design and BSc Interior Design and Decoration. By meeting the required standard quality procedures, the institution is accredited by National Assessment and Accreditation Council (NAC), Government of India, recently. About 850 students are presently pursuing their studies in the college. About 40% of the students are from other parts of Karnataka and also other states. They're residing in the hostels on the campus, a huge campus spread over 52 acres with all amenities and equipment required for higher education. With teaching and non-teaching staff and supporting staff, the college strives to impart quality education as per the NAC assessment and guidelines, focusing on the academics and even training the students for projects, seminars, industry academia interactions, placements, and also training on special importance for cultural and sports events for overall personality development of the students. The COVID-19 situation worldwide and also in our country made us to change the mode of learning from the conventional classroom teaching to the online mode of teaching. So which we are focusing on that. So with that, we could successfully complete the syllabus and the academic year has come to an end, waiting for the directions for conduction of examinations from the affiliating university, that is Bangalore University. So there used to be very happy moments on the campus for the students, but we miss all the students, all the staff members also. Everybody is confined to their houses, confined to four walls, thinking about corona, corona, corona always. We should not think that, but it is there. It has come as a blow. It has come as a natural disaster. It has come as unexpected event. So we should swim with that. We should learn how to practice all the precautionary measures, follow that, and we should take it forward. That is most important. So, but keeping the technology in our mind, we are not apart. We are close to each other through these webinars, these meetings, these kind of seminars. So I appeal to all the students to not to become panic, importantly, and also have patience and focus on your career, focus on learning techniques related to your subject, that is computer science. As the present topic for the today is emerging trends in data science. Not only data science, the buzzword now is artificial intelligence and lot of developments in computer science. Sitting at home, you can learn all these things. The only thing is you have to go through the websites and find out where such kind of programs, such kind of diploma programs are available, and you can certainly log in and learn these programs. However, you can take guidance from your HOD and class teachers and also the other faculty members. So keep in contact with them, and also for our other webinars in future, maybe next 20 days, there will be so many programs being organized by the college. So for that, please visit elearn.amcgroup.edu.in. You will get a lot of information on that. Then yesterday we had a lengthy discussion with Vice Chancellor of Bangalore University, because this is the time where I can communicate with some of our students. University is focusing primarily on the final year examinations. So first year to second year to third year. That group, the assessment will be done based on their internal assessment and also the marks secured in the previous semesters. But still, university has not given any final conclusion or direction on that. But our first primary aim is to focus on final year students and their examinations. So keep in touch with your HOD and we will certainly communicate. Suppose those students who wanted to come to Bangalore from other places, how many such students are there in the final year? And we have to focus on those students and their compatibility to write the exam and their comfortable zone, whether they are there or not. So that is most important. So nothing to worry. Till 31st August, nothing will happen. Even exams will be conducted. They will be conducted in the last week of September, tentatively. That too, no clear-cut picture. So keeping these things in mind, I appeal to all of you not to become panic once again. Suggest all to stay clean, use masks, follow social distance, physical distance, stay safe. The standing strong and facing the challenging situations is the beauty and essence of life. I always like this statement. I appreciate the person who created this, and also all of us should follow this. Don't waste your time and keep learning. I once again welcome all the people, the galaxy of scientists, the students, faculty members, and also the speakers for today and tomorrow for this particular webinar. And thank you very much once again. Over to the technical team and over to Dr. Gomati Pratima Madam. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your views. Now, it's my privilege to introduce guest speaker for session 1, Dr. Vandana Jha. She obtained her Bachelor of Engineering in CSE in 2003 and her Master of Technology in CSE with first rank and gold medal in 2009. She obtained PhD CSE in 2018 from Bangalore University. She had received Best Thesis Award 2018 in Grade 7 event organized by IEEE. She has presented research papers in various international conferences held in India and USA. She has published research articles in referred international journals like Springer and Elsevier. She is working as a reviewer for various international journals published by Elsevier like Knowledge Based System, Applied Computing and Informatics, etc. She has been serving as session chair for several IEEE international conferences and workshops. Currently, she is working as Associate Professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, KSSEM, Bangalore. Her research interests include data mining, sentiment analysis and opinion mining, machine learning, and natural language processing. I request Dr. Vandana Jha to take over the session. Over to you, madam.
Good afternoon, good morning, one and all present here. Thank you, AMC College Principal Sir and Dr. Gomati Pratima Ma'am for giving me the opportunity to present my talk today. The topic for my today's talk is horizon of sentiment analysis. So let me start with my topic. I'll share this screen. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
So, so the topic for the today's webinar is horizon of sentiment analysis. The theme for this webinar is emerging trends in data science. So in data science, we are basically processing the data. So data is coming from all the means. It can be text data, it can be images, it can be videos. So out of all those data, sentiment analysis, what I am presenting today, will be performed on the text data. Why I am telling that it is very important, because it is the data which is coming enormously in the means of different reviews for the different products or the movies. And let's start with the topic now. So it is horizon of sentiment analysis. The contents of my topic is, and the contents of my talk is basics of sentiment analysis, and then I'll be covering two applications. In basics of sentiment analysis, we'll be seeing many topics for that, and then I'll go for these two applications in little detail. So what is sentiment analysis? As soon as sentiment analysis word comes in our mind, we just directly see that, okay, for movie some review will be coming, and then we will be reading that, and based on that we will be deciding that we should go for that movie or not. So basically sentiment analysis will identify the orientation of opinion in the piece of text. If we are telling the movie was fabulous, that means it is a positive sentiment. When we are telling that the movie was horrible, then it is a negative sentiment. And then we are just giving a comment that movie stars Mr. X or Mr. Y as a hero and heroine, then that is a fact, and it is not having any sentiments associated with it, and that is a neutral statement. So it is not only for the movie reviews, and it is not only the thing what sentiment analysis can do. It can be applied in many different areas, and that we will be seeing in little generalized definition. So what is sentiment analysis? Sentiment analysis is a natural language processing task that deals with the orientation of opinion in the piece of text with respect to a topic. So it can classify the text into positive, negative, and neutral categories, and it can be carried out at aspect level or the feature level. It can be carried out at the sentence level, and it can be carried out at the document level. So this is the tripod of sentiment analysis. On top, we have cognitive science. Cognitive science, another name is artificial intelligence. So where the technologies are required to create the intelligence or cognition in artificial way, that is cognitive science. So where we will be using the computer science techniques and methods, and we will be trying to create the human brain kind of knowledge to it. So, and another two parts of this is machine learning and natural language processing. Machine learning, because it is required to apply the techniques on that data. So machine learning will give the method and the technologies which can be applied on that data to mine it, process it, and find out the sentiment out of it. Then natural language processing. Natural language processing, because this data is in natural language. It is not in computer understandable language. Either it will be in English, Hindi, or any of the language in which the user wants to give the review, and we need to process it, and we need to find out the sentiment out of it. So what are the different types of sentiment analysis? Sentiment analysis is applied not only to divide the data into positive, negative, and neutral categories. It can be also applied to find out the emotion, which can be angry, sad, or happy from the text. And it can also be applied on the intentions, that if I am interested to do this thing, or if I am not interested to do certain thing, based on the text provided by the user. So based on all these different areas, we have the types of sentiment analysis as fine-grained sentiment analysis, where we will have the sentiment of the text divided into 5 categories, like very positive, positive, neutral, negative, or very negative. So it will be on a scale of 1 to 5, giving 1 as very negative, then 2 as negative, 3 as neutral, 4 as positive, and 5 as very positive. Then we have emotion detection. In emotion detection, we will have a piece of text, and from that we will try to find out the emotion of that text, that okay, the user who is giving this data or who is giving this text, he is in angry mode while writing that text, or is in happy mode, or in the sad mode. Then next is aspect-based sentiment analysis. Aspect-based sentiment analysis is more useful when we are doing product review mining. So if I am liking some phone and I am telling that this phone is very good because its camera is very good, so that is aspect level sentiment analysis, where I am emphasizing on the aspect camera for giving the positive review about the product phone. Then comes multilingual sentiment analysis. Multilingual sentiment analysis is sentiment analysis where another language data is involved. So right now I'm talking about English language sentiment analysis only, but it can be applied on Hindi language sentiment analysis. It can be applied on Kannada language sentiment analysis. So wherever the text, written text is available in whatever language, it can be applied. Then it has its own challenges that also we'll be seeing in next few slides. So why we need to perform sentiment analysis? Sentiment analysis we need to perform because we need to find out the opinion of the crowd. It can be for a certain movie, positive or negative sentiment. It can be for some product, some new iPhone is launched and the producer of that iPhone or the company wants to know that what type of sentiments it is creating. Will it be a hit in the market, or it won't be hit, it will be flop because of its high cost or because of some other feature that the company people wants to know. So that's why we will do sentiment analysis. Then it also give the sentiment analysis of the public. So if in public something is going on, then what is the sentiment of the crowd? Like in the current situation, COVID situation, if some posts are there on Twitter, or if some posts are there on the Facebook, we can analyze that and we can get the confidence or the feelings of the consumer, that they are in the panic mode, or they are in the sad mode, depressed mode, or they are okay, or they are happy being at home. So that type of sentiments we can analyze among the public, what type of sentiment is going on. Then it becomes very important when we talk about politics. So when the election time comes, then we want to know the sentiments of the crowd, sentiments of the people in that area where where two candidates are against each other, and which candidate is having positive sentiments for which candidate is having positive sentiments among the crowd, and which candidate is not having that much positive sentiments in the crowd. And with that they can predict the win or the lose of the candidature. So if and with that they create a lot of misinformation also, so that if a candidate is fighting for some election, and then if they are not going good, then also their PR team is promoting that this candidate sentiments are going good, just to make a morale down for the another candidate. So all that is going on right now in the in various countries, in India also, like at the election time. Then with that it can predict the election outcome, it can predict the market outcome for some product, and so on. So what are the benefits of sentiment analysis? Benefits of sentiment analysis is it can sort the data at scale. That means if we are having a large collection of data, we will have a survey for 10 people, then it is fine, we can analyze it. But when we are having survey for 1,000 people for some product, or survey for 10,000 people for some product, then it will be difficult to sort it and find out that okay, that product is going good or that product is going bad in the market. So it can sort the data at scale. Then next benefit of it is real time analysis. Real time analysis means, let's assume that some product is launched and immediately some thing bad is there, some bad feature is there in that product, and that started coming up in the social media. Then in real time it can be checked, it can be monitored, and it can be either rectified, or it can be addressed. A very good example in this is in April 2017, United Airlines has transferred some of the passengers from one of the flight to another flight, but it has been popped up in social media by taking the video of that incident, that this is the mistreatment what the United Airlines is doing with its passengers, and they are make them sit in one of the flight, and they are removing it, they are transferring them in some other flight, and it is very pathetic customer service what they are providing. So that single video in April 2017 had 85,000 views within 24 hours. So you can see that how much it can affect the brand value of any of the product or brand value of any of the company. So if sentiment analysis can be applied at the correct time, and this type of data will be analyzed in the real time, then it can be addressed then and there only, because this has happened in April 2017, and after 24 hours when 85,000 views of that video has happened, and it has created a very bad impression on the brand value of United Airlines. Next day, CEO of United Airlines has apologized publicly that we have re-accommodated the passengers, we have not mistreated and all. So that all can be saved if we are doing sentiment analysis in the real time. So this is the another benefit of sentiment analysis. Third benefit of sentiment analysis is consistent criteria. Consistent criteria means some people will use some words for giving the positive sentiments, another people will use another words for giving the positive sentiment, and vice versa, same for the negative sentiments also. So if we will have some sentiment analysis tool where this type of data will be captured, and it will give some consistent ratings, or it will give some consistent word replacement for the criterias, then it can be mined properly and it can give the correct information in the long run. So these are some of the benefits of sentiment analysis. Now, what are the different algorithms which can be applied on sentiment analysis? So mainly we have three different types of algorithms which can be applied on sentiment analysis. First one is rule based, second one is automatic, and the third one is hybrid. So first one, rule-based sentiment analysis. In rule-based sentiment analysis, the rules will be manually crafted on the data. So we will give some rules, and based on that rule, we will decide that this data is positive or this data is negative, or what type of polarity the data contains. So for that rule application, we need to first take the data, we need to tokenize it, we need to do stemming on it, then we need to do part of speech tagging on it, and then we will be making it in the form of lexicons, that is a list of words, and then we will be finding out the sentiment of that text. Again, these words we will be seeing in much more detail when we will be doing the application. I'll just give one sentence definition about that. Tokenization means if you have a text, a piece of text that you will be. Is it visible? Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
So. In tokenization, we will have a piece of text. We will break it into tokens. Break it into tokens means we will first stop it at the sentence delimiter. That means a piece of text will be first divided at the sentence level. So we will have, let's assume that a piece of text will have 10 sentences. So based on sentence delimiter, we will have those 10 sentences segregated, and for each sentence then it will be broken down into tokens, like word level it will be word level it will be broken down. So then that collection of words will be analyzed and it stemming will be performed. Stemming means if I have play, played, playing, the different forms of verb, that all will be truncated to its base form. So all played, playing, will play, all will come to play. So we will have the base form of the word by applying stemming. Then third is part of speech tagging. In part of speech tagging, we will assign the tags for each part of the sentence. These tags is noun, verb, adjective, adverb, that type of tags will be provided to each word of a sentence. And then we will perform parsing. In parsing, a tree-like structure will be performed, and with that we will see the dependency of one word on the another word in a sentence. And then based on all that we will be finding out what is the sentiment of that text. So what we are doing here, this is the basic flow of that rule based approach. So we will have first the two sets of polarized words, negative words like bad, ugly, worst. Then another positive word polarized set as good, best, beautiful, like that. So we will have first two polarized set, and then with that two polarized sets of words, we will be matching the words available in our text, and we will be finding out the count of that. So if we will have more number of positive words appearing in our text, then the sentiment of that text will be positive. If we will have more number of negative words in our text, then the text will be of negative sentiment. And if we are having equal numbers, then it is a neutral text uh, text chunk. But rule-based system is very naive because it is not able to consider the combination of words, or it is not able to see the situations where we are talking something about positive and then immediately we are combining it with something negative, and then what type of sentiment it will be giving. So that all it is not able to consider. So that's why the next method is automatic approach. In automatic approach, we will give the text data as well as its label to a machine learning technique. This machine learning technique will learn from the data as well as its tag, and later on we can give it for some data where the tag will not be available and it will tell its tag. So that is basically the basic concept of machine learning. It will have training and testing phase. In training phase it will be learning. So the training phase will have the piece of text and tag both. So with tag it will learn that this data is positive because of certain features available in that piece of text. This data is negative because of some other features available in that text, and that it will be keep on learning. When our model will be ready after learning the sentiments, then we will apply the test data on that. And by applying test data, at that time we are not passing the tag, we are just passing the text data, and it should predict its tag. So when we want to apply machine learning classifier, we need to go through these three steps. First step is training and prediction process. Next is feature extraction from the text. And third one is classification algorithm. So this machine learning techniques, machine learning algorithms will consider sentiment analysis similar to any classification problem, and that's why we can apply classification algorithm. It will classify the data into different classes. So this is the diagrammatic representation of that. So at the training phase, as you can see, we are having a text. From that text, feature is extracted, and those features are going to machine learning algorithm. Those features will be either the engram, or it can be some other features, and it will create the feature vector for that text. So that feature vector together with the tag positive, negative or neutral, when it is passed to the machine learning algorithm, then that system will be learning. It will have some set of data for learning, and with that it will be keep on learning. And when our model will be ready, then that classifier model will get only text, and it will also go through same feature extraction methods because it should also extract the same type of feature, and then from that feature vector it will predict the tag, that it is positive class or negative class or neutral class. So this is basically happening in the automatic approach. So this I have already explained that we are passing the data and the tag, and in feature extraction we will pass the vector feature text vector from the text data. So this text vector will be extracted either on the basis of the bag of n-grams or based on its frequency. And nowadays recently we have started using word embeddings. So word embeddings, also known as word vector, that is introduced recently. So that will give the facility that similar words or the words with the similar meanings can be kept together in the same vector form. So basically what it does, it convert the text data into text vector, and then that text vector together with the tag is passed to the machine learning algorithm, and then at the end it goes to the classification algorithm. Classification algorithm, we can apply the classifiers which are available in our machine learning approach. Those are naive Bayes classifier. In naive Bayes classifier, it works on the Bayes theorem, a probability concept, and it can give the classification of data into positive or negative class. Another method is linear regression, where we predict that how the y data is dependent on x data. So we will have x and y data, and we will try to find out what is the dependency between these two data. Third is support vector machine. So it is a non-probabilistic approach. So here we will classify the data into two classes by passing a linear line on that, and then we are saying that these two data are linearly separable data. And last classification algorithm which has come now in trend is deep learning algorithms. So in deep learning algorithms, we can apply artificial neural network concepts, recurrent neural network concepts, and with that also we can classify the data into different classes. This third approach for sentiment analysis is hybrid approach. So a hybrid approach will combine the benefits of both rule-based approach as well as automatic techniques, and it will give the system more accuracy. So that hybrid approach systems are more accurate than other. But then which combination of rule-based and automatic should be applied, that we need to see based on the context on which we are doing the sentiment analysis. So these are some of the challenges for sentiment analysis. Sentiment analysis actually is a very challenging field. This becomes very challenging because the way I am expressing my sentiment will be different from the another person who is expressing their sentiments. My words will be different, my tone will be different, and maybe I'll talk for some context in some time and I'll talk about some other thing later on. So it depends upon context also, it depends upon tone also, it depends upon subjectivity also. So these are the following challenges. First one is subjectivity and tone. I'll just give one line example for that so that it will give more clarity on the concept. When we have a piece of text where the written data, written text, what we have is package is nice and another is package is red. See the sentence structure. The package is nice. The package is noun for our sentiment analysis, and nice is the adjective for that. Another is the package is red. Here also the package is a noun for us and red is adjective for us. Adjective. But now you see the package is nice is giving the positive sentiment, but the package is red is neutral sentiment. So we need to consider each and every adjective, and then we need to see that it is of positive value, it is of neutral value, like that. So in sentence structure there is no difference, no much difference, only the last word is different. Based on that it will give the different sentiments for the piece of text. Another is context and polarity. So on which context you are talking about, that affects polarity a lot. Example is, let's assume that one survey question is there that what you like about this product, and you are giving the answer everything of it, then it is positive sentiment. Or you are giving the reply as absolutely nothing, that means negative polarity. But if the question is changed and if the question is what you dislike about the product, then everything of it will become the negative polarity, absolutely nothing will become the positive polarity. So you see the context is changing and your positive sentiment is becoming negative sentiment and negative sentiment is becoming positive sentiment. So that type of challenge sentiment analysis is there. It is completely context dependent. Then third is irony and sarcasm. So if some sentence is written in the form that it is having irony in it, so that is very difficult when we are doing sentiment analysis for that piece of text. So if we will ask that how was your experience for this facility, or how was your experience for this hotel booking, and you are giving the reaction, or you are giving the response as yeah sure it was so smooth. So by piece of that text it is very difficult to find out that okay you are telling really it is as a positive sentiment, or you are using it as a irony and it was a horrible hotel booking experience. So that is difficult to find out. Then next challenge is comparisons. So here the example what I have taken is First is this product is second to none. That means it is a very good product, it is the best product in the market, and it is definitely giving a positive sentiment. There is no doubt about it. But the another sentence you see, this is better than older tools. That means you don't know how the older tools were. So if the older tools were already very good and it is better than that, that means it is a positive sentiment. But if the older tools were really bad and then it is just better than that, that means again it is either negative or till neutral level. That sentiment is, it cannot be positive. So again the comparisons are very difficult to take care in sentiment analysis. Last challenge is emojis. So if we have only the emojis in our text data, someone has given 4 smileys or someone has given 4 crying faces, so that type of sentiment analysis addressing is wholesale again a different domain and different horizon to cover, because all those emojis then should be captured and should be processed properly. So these are some of the challenges in sentiment analysis. This is a list of sentiment analysis data sets which are freely available, and it can be downloaded and it can be worked upon for any sentiment analysis task. Actually, all these are hyperlinks, and if we are clicking, we are going to those sites. Everything is having the website addresses attached to this. So I'll just check if it is going to the next site and showing it. Screen sharing is stopping when it is going to this site. So here this is Kaggle dataset for Amazon reviews for sentiment analysis, first dataset. Next one is, now it is visible, right? Next one is restaurant data. It is again a Kaggle data set on a Yelp data set, which is having a restaurant reviews. Then third one is movie reviews. It is given by, it is a very standard data set and it has been used in enormous research areas for movie review. So it is a collection of 1,000 positive and 1,000 negative movie reviews, and it is given by Bopan, and it is available in CS Cornell dataset. And again here all the data set I have given with the hyperlink, so you can click and see once you will have the slides. So the next data set is for the restaurant reviews. So food reviews will be provided in this data set. And last one is for Twitter airline sentiments data set. It is also available on Kaggle. So this is just a glimpse of what all data set is available. It is not ending here. Much more than that is available for doing the sentiment analysis task. And this is just a sample of that, which are freely available. You can download it and you can work upon it. Then we have some sentiment analysis lexicon, which are also freely available and we can use it. What do you mean by lexicon? Lexicon is the vocabulary. So it is like a dictionary. So when I want some positive words, I can see the positive lexicon, what all words can be used for giving the positive sentiments like good, happy, or something awesome, fabulous. So these are the words for giving the positive sentiments. Then that will belong to the positive sentiment lexicon. Then same for negative also, we will have bad, terrible, horrible. So those words, ugly, so those words will be used to give the negative sentiments. So these are some of the lexicons which are freely available. First, again, these are the hyperlinks. You can click and see. All are having the web links attached to it. So first one is sentiment lexicon, which are available for 81 languages. It is available on Kaggle, and we can use it for sentiment analysis. Second one is SentiWordNet. Again, SentiWordNet is a very hit word in sentiment analysis domain. So it is a word net, or it is a big collection of 29,000 words with the sentiment scores attached to it. These sentiment scores are normalized, and the sentiment scores are between 0 to 1, and these are available in CentiWordNet for any type of processing where you want to use it. Then opinion lexicon for sentiment analysis, this is the another lexicon. Then we have WordStat sentiment dictionary, then we have emoticon sentiment lexicon. So these are some of the sentiment analysis lexicons. You can go to these links and you can see that what type of data set is available and how to use it in your research if you are interested in. These are some of the sentiment analysis tools which can be used for doing sentiment analysis. First one is scikit-learn. Scikit-learn is a machine learning tool which can be applied, which can be used for applying machine learning approach to the text data. I have already covered the approaches, rule-based approach and machine learning approach I have told earlier. So scikit-learn is used to apply the machine learning approach to the data. Next one is NLTK. NLTK, Natural Language Toolkit. It is the traditional one of the starting most NLP techniques. So for natural language processing, this has been used from long time. Then next one is Spicy. Spacey. So Spacey is again a machine learning related technique for using the data and sentiment analysis, for applying sentiment analysis methods. Then these three are only with the machine learning and all. Then next comes deep learning approaches. When we want to apply deep learning approaches on the data, then we have TensorFlow, Keras and PyTorch. So deep learning will give more accuracy, but the system will become more complex. So there will be always a bargain between the complexity and the accuracy. So depends upon the context, depends upon the data for which you want to apply. You can go for these deep learning approaches also. So TensorFlow will give the platform where we will have tensors, and then with those tensors, the data will be processed. Then we will have Keras. In Keras, we can use convolutional neural network. We can also use recurrent neural network for processing the text data and finding out the sentiments available in that data. Then last one is PyTorch. PyTorch is also applied for deep learning processing on the text for sentiment analysis. So these are some of the sentiment analysis tools. Now comes to the application. So what are the applications of sentiment analysis? So if we do the review mining related tasks, so that is a big application for sentiment analysis, and it is, I can say that most useful application area for sentiment analysis. Again, when I'm telling review mining, it is not only one type of review mining. We have different categories in that also. I'll just tell briefly about that. So first one is social media monitoring. What I just gave the example for United Airlines, that they have re-accommodated some of the candidate from one flight to another flight, and it has been put on Facebook, and 85,000 views within 24 hours. So that gave very bad impression for that brand. So for social media monitoring, if we are doing the review mining for that type of reviews, what the customer is giving, customers are angry or customers are feeling frustrated, so then that can be monitored on social media, and it can save the this type of situations where the brand value is being lost in 24 hours only. So because nowadays it is a very competitive market, so one person, one product, one brand is losing the customers, immediately people will go for its competitive brand. So social media monitoring is very important nowadays. Then brand monitoring, same thing, similar thing. Brand monitoring means you need to see the brand value of your product or your company on social media, on Twitter, on Facebook. It's not always that people are talking about you, that means it is a good brand statement. So if people are talking more negatively about you, that is much worse than people are not talking about you at all. So that brand monitoring is needs to be done, and that helps, that is one application area for sentiment analysis. Then third one is voice of customer. Voice of customer is mostly in the form of surveys. So if any company is doing survey, then that becomes the voice of customer. So if survey is done for 10 customers, then it is fine. When it is done for thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s customers, then that voice of customer should be heard, and it should be done using some automatic means which can summarize that data and give the sentiments available to those customers, and it give positive negative sentiments, as well as it can give some very frequent used word, and that very frequent used word will give the urgency for addressing that voice of customers. So if some customer is using some word very frequently and that has been used by 10,000 customers, that means something is not correct there, something is faulty there, and that is giving the urgency of addressing that type of loopholes in the system, or that type of product faults. Then next is customer service. So customer service means how the customer is giving the service, and that also can be given in the form of text data, and it can be talked about in Twitter, it can be talked about that by giving the hashtag to that product or hashtag to that company, and that needs to be addressed. Then market research. So if a person means not the person, if a company wants to launch a big product, they do research regarding that for some time, and then based on that research they decide the product launch date. So some product, if it is being used by the customers in June July time, example is, if any offer is there in the flight booking or in the hotel booking, offer is there, generally that offer will be availed mostly in the vacation time. So if June July time people are ready to take the offers for hotel booking, or people are ready to take the flight booking offers, so then that offers can be launched in that duration. If that they'll be launching in March time or April time when the exams are going on, then it won't be successful. So that market research can be done, or sentiment analysis can be helpful in doing the market research. This all comes under review mining related task. So the first application for sentiment analysis is review mining related tasks, where these are some of the subtasks under that, but all depends upon the review mining only. Next bigger application for sentiment analysis is recommendation and prediction. So if I am giving the positive sentiments or positive feedback for some of the products on Myntra.com or on Amazon, so Amazon will analyze that data, and next time it will give me recommendation about the similar products. So if I am giving some positive feedback or positive review for some of the bags, let's assume that on Myntra.com or on Amazon, next time when I'm logging in, not exactly on the Myntra or the Amazon, if I'm logging on Facebook, in the sidebar I'll be seeing the advertisement for that bag, or even if I'm seeing some news and all, so in that also below it will be displaying the products which I have given the good feedback. So it is recommending me, it is making me tempted, it is tempting me to go for that site and buy that product. So that increases the business basically. So this sentiment analysis is also is also helpful in doing the recommendations and predictions. Then another application for sentiment analysis is it can be used across multiple domains. What do you mean by multiple domains? When the data is from one domain and it is applied also on that domain only, then it is known as single domain. Let's assume that I'll give some feedback on some of the product. Let's assume that home appliances. I am giving the feedback on, let's assume that a refrigerator, and I am using that sentiment to again predict or recommend some of the home appliances product only. Like I have given for fridge and I am getting the recommendation for washing machine. Both belongs to home appliances. Then that is known as single domain sentiment analysis. But if I am giving if I am giving the feedback for one domain data, let's assume that home appliances, and I am getting the recommendation based on my sentiment analysis for another domain data by seeing some link in between. It can be for some computer appliances, or it can be for some other domain data. Some books might be recommended to me based on some review what I have given on some product. So based on that, if across domain things are recommended, or across domain sentiment analysis can be done, so that is known as multiple domain sentiment analysis. So these are some of the sentiment analysis applications. So out of that, as the topic is horizon of sentiment analysis, I'll give you only two applications of sentiment analysis. One is very basic and one is little advanced, just to show you the range in which the sentiment analysis techniques or sentiment analysis can be used. First one is single domain sentiment analysis. So this single domain sentiment analysis is applied on the movie review data set. So in movie review data set, you have the data and you need to classify it into positive movie review or negative movie review. This is very basic one, starting one where the sentiment analysis starts. So what we do in this, these are the phases for that sentiment analysis on movie review, single domain sentiment analysis. So first phase is corpora acquisition phase. So in that you will collect the movie review and you will acquire the subjectivity lexicon for that. Then second phase is you need to pre-process the data, and for pre-processing we are doing stop word removal, stemming and subjectivity analysis. Then either you can apply the rule-based classification techniques or you can apply machine learning classification techniques, that is the automatic approach. And last one is negation handling. So how these steps are going on? First one, this I have given the example where I have crawled Hindi movie reviews, which are available on hindi.webdunia.com. You can apply it in any of the regional language movie reviews also. You can apply it on English movie reviews also. Certainly there is no issue in that. English movie reviews you can get on rottentomatoes.com. Hindi, I have given the example that hindi.webdunia.com, you will get Bollywood movie reviews. You can get any regional movie reviews also through their newspaper sites and all. So I have crawled here 1000 movie reviews, and these movie reviews are given in the scale of 1 to 5, being 1 as the negative, 1 and 2 as the negative sentiment. 3 is considered as the neutral sentiment, and more than 3 is considered, 4, 5 is considered as positive sentiments. So these movie ratings are given, and based on that, I'll apply machine learning approach as well as rule-based approach. For that, again, in the corpora acquisition phase only, we are acquiring a subjectivity lexicon. So for this, I have used Opinion Finder subjectivity lexicon. It is freely available. You can download and see. So this Opinion Finder subjectivity lexicon has more than 9,000 words, where some words are not a single word, it is a phrase, combination of more than one word. So when I have removed those more than one words combinations, so then I have 8,221 entries in my Opinion Finder lexicon. These all words are of one length. I have given one example also, like one sample of that as an image, where you can see that we have different columns in which the data is there. So in that, first column is type of subjectivity, where you can see that weak subjective, strong subjective, like that. So next is length. So it will give the length of the word. So if it is a single word, that word is, then it will give 1. I have removed anything which is having len is equal to 2 or more. So I have now all len is equal to 1 words only in my Opinion Finder lexicon. So Then we have the word name, then it is telling that what type of pause tagging it is. So either it is adjective, noun, verb, like that. So then it is stemmed yes or no, like that. Different type of information is given in the opinion finder. For us in this, the more important part is the type part. So by type part, we are only keeping the words which are strong subjective, or if it is weak subjective, that should occur in the sentence 3 times. So we are giving that type of rule where any strong subjective word is coming, keep that sentence. Or if weak subjective sentence is coming 3 times in that 3 sentences, one sentence prior to that and one sentence post to that, then only you keep that sentence. So by this we can remove objective sentences from our piece of text. This is first the acquiring phase, corporate acquisition phase. Then we need to do pre-processing. So whatever movie reviews we have collected, for that we need to remove these stop words. Stop words does not contain any sentiments. It is just, this can be, is, are, he, she. Study is the root word. All studies, studying, studied, all that will change to the base word study. So that is stemming. Third, in pre-processing phase is objectivity analysis. For that only we are using that this subjectivity analysis. For that only we are using that subjectivity lexicon, which I have told, opinion finder lexicon, that we are using. And we are removing objective sentences from the input file, and we are keeping only the subjective sentences in our file for detecting the sentiment or the polarity in that text. So let's assume that one movie review is there. So this movie has released on this date. It is an objective sentence because we don't have any sentiment in the word that this movie released on which date. Then the producer of movie, the name of the producer is this, the name of the hero is this, the name of the heroine is this. So those are facts, those are objective sentences which does not contain any sentiments in that, which is not having any polarity in it. So those objective sentences from the movie review we are removing. A movie contains 5 songs. So that movie contains 5 songs, it doesn't have any sentiments. But the songs are good, songs are pleasurable, or it is good to listen to. So those are subjective sentences. So we will keep subjective sentences and we will remove objective sentences. So that is subjectivity analysis. Now, after doing the pre-processing, we are doing the 2 methods on that. First one is machine learning technique and another one is rule-based technique. So for machine learning technique, we are applying NLTK toolkit, which I have told you in the tools that it is natural language toolkit, which is having built-in functions which we need to call and we need to run and see the data which is being classified. So for that I have used four different types of classifiers, as it was just call and executing for these functions. So naive based classifier I have used, then multinomial naive Bayes I have used, support vector machine I have used, and maximum entropy I have used for classifying the data into positive and negative classes. Then I have told you earlier only that for machine learning approach, the text data will be converted into text vector. And for converting it into text vector, we need to have some features. Based on that, it will be converted into text vectors. So here I have used 2 types of features and I have compared the results for both types of features. First one is unigram word features and second one is bigram word features. So for unigram word features, that text will be broken down into chunks of broken down into tokens of one word, so unigram. And for bigram, it will be kept 2 words together, so that will be a bigram list, and together with the frequency of occurrence of that unigram and bigram, that will change into text vector. And that text vector together with the label that this is positive, negative or neutral will be passed to the NLTK for these 4 types of classifiers, and then they will classify that text data is positive or negative. So this is one way where automatic approach is applied. Another way is rule-based method, rule-based or lexicon-based classification technique. So here what we are doing, we are having a text data which is pre-processed now. We have already broken it into tokens, and then we have already performed already performed a stemming on that, and we have done that only on the subjective sentences. We have already removed objective sentences from our data. Now after that, we will perform pause tagging on that. Pause tagging or part of speech tagging. So part of speech tagging means we will assign the tags to the words, that it is a noun or it is a adjective or it is a adverb or it is a nominal word, like that. So out of that, adjectives are the words which will have the sentiments or the polarity attached to it. So we will keep objective set, and we will keep on counting those objective sets for finding out the positive and negative sentiments. So for that, first we will create a most frequent word list. So any adjective which is occurring more than a threshold in our data set, in our movie review data set, will be considered as a most frequent data set. So this threshold we are setting to 10, and we have extracted some most frequent word lists. And this word list again we have divided into positive and negative seed list. So we have a positive seed list of 15 words, and we have a negative seed list of 15 words. Now from our text data, we will be matching that, from our movie review text data, we will be matching that the adjectives present in our movie review are from the positive seed list words or are from the negative seed list word, and accordingly we will be keeping the count of positive count and the negative count present in the text data. If at the end the text or the movie will have more positive count, then it will be divided into positive class, and if it is having more negative count, then it will be considered as a negative sentiment movie review. In this, one thing we have done more, that is, initially we were having a seed list of 15 words. Then later on, if some words are not available in most frequent word list, but they are occurring more in the text data, more than the threshold, then we have increased our negative and positive seed list, and that we have increased based on the synonyms of those words. And later we were having 25 words in the positive and negative seed list. So when for that also, then same thing, we will count the positive and negative word count, and we will be increasing the positive count for that text, and we will be increasing the negative count for that text, and at the end, which one is higher will have that type of sentiment in that movie review. Here the most crucial thing is negation handling. I can say that the movie is good, or I can say that the movie is not bad. So both is having a positive sentiment, but if I'll just look at the word good and classify it as positive sentence, and then not bad in that, if I'm only looking for the bad word and I'm classifying it into negative sentiment, then it is wrong. So negation handling needs to be taken care. So for that, we have done the negation handling with a window size consideration of 3. So if any neg pause tag is coming, pause tag, I have told you, we are assigning the tags to the words. So in that, nahi, na, no, no, in English, when I'm talking about, then it will be not, no, like that word. If we are getting that, will get the tag as neg, neg tag. So if any word with neg tag is encountered, then we will see the window size of 3. That means one word before that and one word after that. These three words will be considered together, and the one which is having neg assigned in that, and it is a adjective, that adjective will be replaced by another adjective of another polarity. Like if a positive word is with neg tag in the domain of three words, then it will be replaced by some negative word. Or if a negative word is coming with the neg tag in the three window size, then it will be replaced by positive word. So I have given the example. If the film is not good is written, so we will consider window size of 3, and good is having not just in within the window size of 3. So not good will be replaced by another word of negative sentiment, that is nasty. And with that, the sentiment analysis will be done properly and it will go to the negative sentiment. These are some of the results you will not able to understand right now because data set you have not seen. So this is using machine learning approaches. These are the results using unigram and bigram, and these are the results using this one, rule-based classifiers. And as you can see here, just by seeing the results, that after negation handling, our results has improved drastically, because but just by using the word not, it is giving the opposite sentiment. So that has been taken care in negation handling, and that has improved the results. So that was my first application, very basic sentiment analysis. We are having a movie review and we are just classifying it as positive movie review or negative movie review. That was at the easiest end. And now I am taking another little complex application. I'll not go in much more detail about it. I'll just give the glimpse of it. So that you can just see the range of applications where this sentiment analysis field can be used. So this is a reputation system. Reputation system means the reputation or the trust what the community has in you. So that is, I am talking here reputation system or reputation word in the context of product review or hotel review. So we have a product review or hotel review, and we need to find out the reputation of the seller, the one who is selling the product, or for the hotel, the one who is having that type of hotel. We need to find out the reputation of that. But what you will see nowadays on Amazon, or if you are seeing on eBay for product review, almost every seller will have good review only. So if the review rating is between 1 to 5 scale, you will see most of the sellers are above 4.5 scale. If it is in the form of stars, you will see 4.5 and above. Some and many will have 5-star ratings. So same for hotel reviews also. If you are seeing on tripadvisor.com, you will be seeing that most of the sellers are having very good ratings. So if a customer, a buyer goes and to these sites and try to decide that which seller I need to go for this product, or which hotel I should choose from these hotels which are available on TripAdvisor, these ratings are not giving the clarity. These ratings are very ambiguous to decide that which one is good and which one is bad, and which one is having what reputation. So this sentiment analysis technique can be used for solving this all good reputation problem. Why it is known as all good reputation problem? Because all sellers are of good reputation only, and all hotels are of good reputation only. But among that, if a customer wants to decide, on what basis they can decide. So the steps for that is, if even if you are giving some ratings, generally we don't want to give in the numbers less. So if it is out of 5, many people will give 4, or many people will give 5-star ratings. But if you did not like something and you are supposed to write in the form of text, then you mention the problem. So even if I need to give a rating for a phone, out of 1 to 5, I'll give 4.5 or I'll give 5 rating. But then if they'll make it mandatory for me to write some sentence below that, then I'll think and I'll write, oh, okay, camera is not that good in that phone. Or maybe this phone hangs a lot. Or maybe the screen is not that good resolution, or it is not giving that clarity. So maybe I'll write some minute problem which I have with that product. So what we have taken care in this, we have not only gone with the star rating, we have also reviewed this, we have also mined these reviews, whatever is given. So these reviews will be given in the form of text data. So we will apply review mining. We will calculate the reputation rating, which is given by the Bayesian method, and in the form of star ratings what we give. Then we will apply some of the calculations and we will assign some reputation weights. So these calculation of reputation weights will be done using typed dependency method, and for that we will use some methods known as latent Dirichlet allocation topic modeling technique, and with that we will give these weights to the reputations of the sellers. And after getting that value, we will rank the sellers. So by applying all this, it will be much more clear for the customer to choose the sellers based on these ratings. I'll just give the overview of that. So we have taken a eBay data set for 8 sellers, and we have taken for 10 hotels the reviews as well as its ratings, and we have calculated the reputation score. So for reputation scores, what we have done, we have just multiplied the reputation rating with the reputation weights, and that we have done for the different criteria whatever is given for that seller or for that movie. So when I'm talking about this one, eBay data set or product review, I have 4 different types of criteria. That first one is item as described. There it will be columns to tick or to give the some ratings. So item as described on the website, if you have received same item, if there is no change in that, so you will give good rating there, item as described. Next one is communication means how the customer care team has communicated to you. So is the communication through, or it was good, there was no problem in that, so that is there. Or if you are returning some item, then the communication was good or not, because when you are buying then it is fine, but when you are returning, then how was the communication between the customer care team and the customer. So there you can give the rating. Then next one is shipping time. That means when you have ordered, at what time you have received that item. So shipping time was proper or not, or it has delayed your delivery date. So then shipping and handling charges. So whatever cost has been charged for shipping and handling, was that fine, or it has charged you more, like that. That is for the product review. Same for TripAdvisor data set. We have 7 criteria here: value, rooms, allocation, cleanliness, check-in, front desk service, and business service. So these are the 7 criteria. Based on that, the review can be given, or between for that scores can be given. Value for money: how is the room? Is it clean? Is it spacious? What is the location surrounding of that room? Is it giving a good view or not? What is the check-in time for that hotel? How the front desk behaved with you? How the services are? So all those 7 criteria, based on that, it can be given. So this criteria based reputation rating will be calculated. I'll not go in the formulas and all, because that is using this Bayesian rule, and Bayesian rule, as I have told you previously also, it is using the probability concept, and then you will get different formulas for finding out that. Then for criteria based weight, how you have calculated? For criteria based weight, you are having the reviews, you have tokenized it, then you have converted it into tokens, and for those each tokens you have applied part of speech tagging. So you are telling that which word is noun, which word is adjective and all. After that, you have applied dependency parser for that, and you have found out that which word is dependent on another word. So we have head word and dependent word. For head word, we have kept noun, and for that dependent word is adjective. Again, if head word is verb, then for that dependent word is adverb. So noun means, let's assume that I'm giving the example, phone. Adjective is good. Verb, fast. For that adverb, very fast. Like that I have done the combinations of noun and adjective and verb and adverb, and with that we made the clusters. Then those clusters we have mashed and we got some information out of that, and based on that we have assigned some weights to the words. So this is an example for the eBay data set, that we are having 4 different criteria, and for that we have calculated the clusters in this way. This is the just a sample of data set where I am showing the 8 sellers data set from the eBay data set, eBay site, and this one is from the TripAdvisor data set for hotel reviews. Then we have calculated and we got the value of RI and WI. RI is calculated using DSR. DSR is detailed seller rating. So detailed seller rating is available on the website, eBay website or the TripAdvisor data set, TripAdvisor website. That DSR, detailed seller rating, is available. For that we have just retrieved the values. We have not done any calculations there. But next, WI, this weights, what we have assigned to the reviews. Here we have done all those calculations for finding out the clusters, and then from those clusters that head and dependent word combinations, and with that we have normalized it and we have come up with some values. And these two we have multiplied and we got the results. Here I have just shown the results. So here it is showing for the seller data set, eBay data set for 8 sellers, how we have got the repetition ratings and the weights. These two will be multiplied together for each and every criteria and will be summed together to get the repetition score by that formula which I have shown you here. This formula we have applied and we got the values. Same thing for the TripAdvisor data set here, and you see here the results. So here you can see that last 3 rows which I have put it into gray are having same positive percentage. This positive percentage will be given on the website. So all are having same positive percentage, and underlined in DSR you see all 3 are having same DSR, detailed seller rating 4.5. But when we have considered seller rating as well as the review mining of that seller based on different products of that seller given by different customers over a period of time, then we calculated and got the repetition scores. And by repetition score you can see that each and every seller out of these 8 sellers can be put in the different ranks. So this will not give any confusion for the buyer or the customer to decide, even though they are having the same detailed seller rating, or even though if they are having the same positive percentage given on the website. So this is another, what you say, side of application of sentiment analysis. So I have shown you one the easier version and one as the difficult version for the applications of sentiment analysis, and that actually spans the horizon of sentiment analysis, and in all these application areas it can be used. So here only I'm concluding my today's talk. So basically in this talk we have talked about the basics of sentiment analysis and its 2 applications, one easier one and one little complex one, just to have an idea that sentiment analysis can be used in all these different domains, different areas. So thank you one and all for patience listening and giving me time and allowing me to share my views on this topic. And anybody who is having any questions can be put up now, and I'll be answering that.
Yeah, you can post the question in Q&A as I have instructed in the beginning. If anyone is having any query, you can post it on Q&A section.
If anybody is having any question, I would like to take that. One question I'll like to take that. It is like I am talking more and more about text mining only. So is it only applied on the text mining? That is the question. So text mining question, so that is the question, and the answer for that is yes. Here I am covering only text mining because the data is available in the form of text, and I want to process and get the information through text mining techniques only. But the thing is, sometimes what we write in the form of text may not match with what we feel. So another paradigm for this is, another future enhancement what we can do in this is not only the text mining part, we can also add in that image processing, and we can have more robust system. Let's assume that we are going to some mall and some counter is there for some of the items which they are just giving you for taste. If they are asking you how it is, you will tell it is good. But the moment you are putting it in your mouth, that face expression will come on your face. If it is very spicy, or if it is very sour, or if you enjoyed eating it. So if that face expression can be captured, not only for tasting some item, it can be for some product also. If you are liking it, or if you are seeing it, holding it in your hand, and you are getting a very good feel of it, then different expression will be there on your face. Or if something is of very bright color and you are not liking it, and then different expression will be there on your face. So that also can be captured in images, and that image processing can also be added with text processing, and that will again give, it will become a very complex system, but then again it will give a very accurate results for finding out the sentiments for some of the products, for which if we want to club text mining and image processing both. So these all can be done for the future enhancements. So anybody wants to ask anything else? I think that's all.
That's all. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much, madam, for such a wonderful session. I hope all the participants gained an insight into the basics of sentiment analysis, and you have also taken them to the application and the future research scope. So I thank you very much, ma'am. Then we have come to the end of session 1, day 1. Tomorrow we have 2 sessions which will start at 10:30. I request all the participants to join tomorrow using the same link given shared to your email ID. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, and
Thank
you
you.
one and all for your patience listening. And that's all. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.